Hey guys, it's AJYT Abbott here, and welcome back to another episode of Media Dumpster. Why do sequels hardly never work? It seems like every time we get a good sequel, we get about 50 of them that just are not good. Whether we like it or not, we live in a world now where sequels are everywhere. Some of them do better than others, some of them lay waste to an entire franchise, and some of them probably shouldn't have even had a first movie to begin with. Sometimes people get so hyped up for sequels you decide to make 5 other movies without even knowing if your second one's gonna do any good. So naturally I need to look at one of my most hated sequels to one of my most beloved Christmas movies of all time, which is still pretty hated amongst most people, Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad compete to buy their kids' love with a toy. Oh, I'm sorry, was that not the plot of the first one? I'm sorry, it's the plot of the second one! Larry the Cable Guy, and the guy you'll remember from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody if you were a Disney Channel kid, compete to buy their daughter's affection with a teddy bear that she wants desperately for Christmas. Well, hijinks ensue, pandering to the first one is made, and it's not any good, so take a look with me. This is Jingle All the Way too. Oh, you always know that you're in for a great Christmas classic when the WWE logo shows up. What the hell is going on here? Thank you for starting us off with such a beautiful duet. I'm sure everyone really enjoyed it with their earplugs in. We meet Victor, Larry's archenemy in this one, who's now trying to be the best stepdad he can be and give Noelle the best Christmas she can possibly ask for. I've gotta say, we go inside his house, and it's kind of funny how they put this much attention to detail that they have the same actor play his father in these picture frames.
This is going to be the best Christmas ever!
Whoa, kid, lower that acting energy. This is a direct-to-DVD release.
There it is right there. Christmas lights, 100 foot for $32.99. So if I want to get as many as Victor's got, let's see, that's going to run me about a liver and 2 kidneys.
Aw, come on, Larry. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just do another 5 Cars movies no one wants.
I like the smell of Mommy and Victor's better. And it doesn't have enough room for presents.
Larry the Cable Guy being depressed that he doesn't have a better Christmas tree than his daughter's stepdad will win an Oscar. And he won't make any G.I. Jane jokes.
Ow! Oh! I'm gonna feel this in the morning! How are you even doing that?
I hit you 100 times.
I got you 1,098.
After multiple failed attempts to make Noelle's Christmas special, Larry gets his hands on her letter to Santa and decides to read it.
When I see what she's got in here, what she really wants for Christmas, I can give it to her.
That's a private letter, not addressed to you.
I mean, have you been to the theater lately? Santa will kick your ass for reading that letter. Victor asks to see Noelle's letter to Santa, but of course she tells him that Larry already mailed it off. Putting 2 and 2 together, Victor realizes Larry probably looked at the letter.
Thanks. Excuse me. Security Welling here.
Welling, I have an assignment for you.
I'm gonna need you to kill Larry the Cable Guy.
Yes, sir.
Slowly.
It would be my pleasure, sir.
Larry sets out on his quest to get Noelle a talking bear, but it seems like Victor's assistant is one step ahead of him. He buys up all of the Harrison bears and proves that even today we are still dumbasses with our money. I'm a terrible mother. Okay, seriously, how does no one see this?
Mine.
Let me ask you something. You didn't happen to tell Victor was in that letter you wrote to Santa Claus, did you?
Oh no, Dad. I want to do anything that might keep me from getting what I asked for.
Okay, I know this movie was before your role in Poltergeist, but are you sure you didn't get possessed by something? I know you're a child actress, but We're not gonna run that line delivery again? We're really not gonna do a second take? That's Jingle all the way too. Larry enters a competition where you have to stay on a mechanical bull long enough to win a Harrison bear. He stays on, actually the longest out of everyone there, but unfortunately, the second place prize was the Harrison bear, and the first place prize was just some throwaway vacation. I'm not gonna say why he has no pants on here, it's better without context. Larry tries his next horrible plan to get the Harrison bear by pretending to be a poor person and sitting on Santa's lap at a soup kitchen. Fantastic main characters, everybody. You remember how likable... okay, maybe not likable, but you know how at least you were invested in Howard's journey to get the Turbo Man in the first one? In this one, I just want all of these characters to die a candy cane suffering death. I don't know why I threw candy canes in there. I just wanted it to be holiday themed.
I wanted the same thing, but Daddy says Santa's on a tight budget this year.
Well, that's terrible. Well, maybe your daddy will come up with something and you'll have a good Christmas this year.
He can't. He doesn't get out of jail till Valentine's Day.
Okay. How many of you think that this kid is full of shit? Thank you. Of course, the kid is punking him, stealing him for Victor's assistant as Larry runs after him, making the face of a pufferfish. In case you didn't hate this movie enough, it tries to do another scene from the first one as Larry goes to this underground place with this very discreet, shady guy trying to sell a Harrison bear. We already did this in the first one. It was done way better. They had Santas with nunchucks. It was great. It was just good. This is not good, alright? So, Larry doesn't get the bear because they take all the bears in pound for evidence. So, he's really left with no other options. I'm so heartbroken for these characters. Especially after one tried to pose as a homeless person. Larry finally catches on to Victor's plan of hoarding all the Harrison bears, and it is revealed that he stole all the Harrison bears. Yeah, we already knew this. After Larry and Victor pelt each other with teddy bears, because everyone has the maturity of a 2-year-old in this movie, they do eventually come to terms and realize they need to learn to get along in order to make Noel's Christmas the best it can be. So you're probably imagining that Victor comes out and says that, hey, I stole all of the Harrison bears, and I'm incredibly sorry, and there's a moment where the crowd is just so pissed off at him, and his wife is upset, and they have to reconcile with her in the third, or no lessons learned, or just no lessons learned. Fuck it! Jingle All the Way 2 is a piece of shit. I'm done with this movie. Fuck this movie. This is probably one of the this is probably one of my most annoying movies I've had to cover this year. And we covered feckin' Thanksgiving. Okay? That's the level we've gotten to now. And after all of that, she didn't actually want the Harrison bear. What she needed was feckin' grammar and spelling books, for feck's sake. I'm gonna cover the Fred movies next year. Yeah, those are gonna be fucking nightmares. But this movie is just shameful. It takes every bit of charm and holiday goodness of the first film and throws it down the consumerism shit pile that is consumerism. And WWE, I don't know what you're doing. You just needed an excuse to get your wrestler in this movie. I applaud you. I applaud you for making such a shitty movie that feels like a Hallmark film. Feels like a movie that's trying to spread a message about how we are just so involved in buying up all of this dumb bullshit for Christmas that we don't focus on the happiness that it gives us. Well, no, movie, I'm not giving you the satisfaction. You don't have a lesson. The lesson is, don't voice Mater in Cars movies, or else you will end up going down a slippery slope where you end up being in the sequel to the Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, Jingle All the Way, which is loved by me. This has been Media Dumpster, and frankly, just fucking bring on the next Home Alone movie at this point. Let's just do that one next week. Feckin' finish me off, why don't you?